I hate to tell those stories because it's not nice, but it's the way you have to behave, because all of these countries, Europe, all of them, they take advantage of the United States. I got billions and billions and billions of dollars, over $400 billion paid into NATO, because I told them, you're not paying. They weren't paying. We were protecting Europe. They were killing us on trade. They were killing you. They weren't taking our cars. They weren't taking our farm product. We were taking everything from them. BMWs, we were taking every car made by the millions that they weren't taking. I said to Angela Merkel, Angela, how many Chevrolets do we have in Munich? And she said, why, I don't believe any. I said, you're right. How many do we have in Berlin? She said, why, Donald, I don't believe we have any. I said, you're right. You may have one in a museum from 40 years ago, right? But you have none. And yet you send us Mercedes-Benz and BMWs and Volkswagens by the millions. I said, no way. And we started that whole thing. But I said, we can't do that and also protect them militarily. So I told them, I said, and this was a big story last week because it was revealed for the first time. They probably knew about it, but they didn't like talking about it because it was too positive. But I said to the 28 countries at that time, including us, I said, no, if you don't pay, we're not going to protect you. The money came in by the billions. It was amazing. The money came in by the billions. And that is why NATO right now has so much money. Right now, they had $400 billion plus coming in. The head of a major country stood up. Are you saying, sir, that if we're not paid up, and they weren't. There were 8 countries that were paid. There were 20 that weren't paid. Are you saying that if we don't pay, you're not going to protect us? I said, yes, that's what I'm saying. Okay. They started sending checks like nobody's ever seen. And the Secretary General Stoltenberg said there's never been anything like this. Bush went in, he made a speech, and he left. Obama went, made a speech, boring speech, and he left. They always forgot to ask for money. And we were really protecting Europe almost 100%. NATO really didn't exist in terms of what they were doing. I got them to pay over $400 billion that it came in very quickly. Now, if I would have said, oh, yes, we'll protect you no matter what you do, it's okay, they wouldn't have paid, right? That's the way it works in life. But all of this money that you see right now, and I was the one that said, we're going to send in the tank busters, right? Remember? We're going to send in javelins. You know that, right? And I got badly criticized at the time. We're going to send in javelins. And they said Obama sent blankets and Trump sent the tank busters, the javelins. And they did that to show how bad I was, what a horrible guy. It turned out that I was the right one because they would have had no defense without him. So, but you don't hear that anymore. They used to say, what a bad person. You know, he sent them blankets and maybe some pillows. Did he send them pillows? So the very same people who piously claim to be defending democracy are the ones throwing open your borders, surrendering your sovereignty, defunding your police, prosecuting your politicians like nobody's ever seen before, by the way. And those you believe in, all of those people you believe in, they're trying to prosecute them, eviscerating your laws, crushing your wages, diluting your vote, and handing your country over to millions and millions of illegal foreign national, illegal aliens, I would call them, all without your consent. You haven't consented to that.